You call us dancing again. Hey, everybody. Look who I have. Let me just stop. My name is Susan Reddick, and I am the host of When the Cookie Crumbles. But I'm so excited. I have Mrs.
Yes.
Andrea Green.
Yes.
From Jones High. No. From the great Jones High. Okay?
Absolutely.
And if you don't know her, you need to get to know her. Okay? I'm your hype man. Okay?
Yes. Love it.
Say
Love
hello
it.
to everybody.
Hi. Hello, everybody. It's
So,
a great day.
Yes, it is. I mean, so you have, now tell me, you've been a teacher for a long time.
Yes.
But you've been the choir director at Jones High. How long?
For 12 years.
Wow.
12 years.
And now, first of all, I know that had been kind of scary.
Very scary.
Because you were, was it a sugar lump?
I was a sugar lump.
That's sugar lump.
That's my alma mater, Jones High School. So I graduated from Jones High School in 1988. Yes.
Oh my God.
The best class that ever walked the hall.
Oh my God. It's so funny how they have all the years.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so everybody knows from a little girl, I'm from this town too, Miss Hargret.
Yes.
She was famous. She was very strict. She was the choir director.
Lord,
I remember the girl next door to me. She went to school on a scholarship from the choir.
Right.
Long time ago. And she was very strict. And was she your choir director?
She was my choir director. And I wouldn't be who I am today if it were not for her.
What?
She charted my life when I didn't understand who I was. She helped me, gave me a voice. And so I owe so much to Edna Sampson Hargret. I will always honor her. She started me on the journey of music as a career.
Hey, man. I mean, can you imagine having a career, just something you love doing?
Yes,
like some of us have jobs.
Yeah,
but when you get to do something you love,
it's your passion. And I always say there's a difference between your passion and a job, because a job will give you a check,
yes,
right? But your passion will give you peace. And so every day that I'm at Jones High School, every day that I'm in front of my students, I am at peace. It doesn't matter what's going on in education, what's going around the world. When I'm in front of my students, sharing my love, and they are giving it back to me and my passion, I'm at peace.
Well, I'm gonna need both the passion and the check. Okay,
Yeah,
I need both.
You need
but
both.
mine in the other order, the check and the piece. Okay,
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, so you stepped forward to fill those shoes.
Yes.
Now
yes.
I have to tell you that I have been the mom of a lot of little sugar lumps.
That's
okay?
right.
And I got to experience what you did firsthand.
Yes.
And to get part of your passion and all that sort of thing. So let's talk about, you told us who you are. Really, that don't really tell us who you are. That was your job, okay?
Right.
But let's talk about just the journey with Jones High.
Okay.
Because you've done so many, I've gone on trips with you. Tell us, how did you do this?
So I went to Jones High in 2011, 2012, after already been teaching for 18 years, 9 years in elementary, 9 years in middle school. And so I got the call to come and be the choir director at Jones High School. And so it was obviously like, oh man, that would be amazing. Like, and so surreal to come back to where I started from, but it was scary at the same time. I'm like, oh my God, this is Miss Hargret, falling behind Miss Hargret and the legacy that she built, and Darlene Coleman. I'm like, oh my God, how can I do that? And I just, the Lord just said, but you can't wear their shoes, you gotta wear your own.
Yes.
You wear size 7.5, so you fit that shoe and you do what I tell you to do. And that's what I did. When God gave me the peace to say yes, I said yes. I accept the position, knowing that I would not know everything, knowing that I could not do what Miss Hargret could do. I could, because I'm not her, but I would honor her in everything that I do. So I wanted to make sure I brought back the standard of excellence and professionalism that she instilled in me, and I let God do the rest.
Oh my!
So
you don't just have the choir, you have it was the master singers too.
So it was the choir, and which is the concert choir.
Yes. And
then a smaller ensemble, which is within the concert choir, but a smaller advanced ensemble singers were called the master singers. And then there was even a smaller group that they were called Opus. which was it's a conductor's most masterful work. And so that group was a small group of maybe about 8 kids max. And so it was a rigorous audition that they had to do, but a lot of times when we traveled a lot, they were the ones that traveled just top tier.
Okay, so now you got well, you want some money.
Ooh,
Let me just go and put it that way so
yes, I
everybody
did.
can understand. You want some money.
Ooh, Lord, yes, Lord.
You know, if I got me some money, the police would probably be looking for me. I couldn't make a check back to Jones, okay?
Yes.
So, but tell us about the Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, Lord,
situation.
that has to be the highlight of my career, to take my story and the story of Jones High School on a national platform,
Yes.
so that the world could see the heart of Orlando, Florida. And
Yes.
so what happened was we got an invitation to apply for Carnegie Hall. It was myself, and the band director at the time was Jamal Nicholas.
Mhm.
And so I went to him, I said, hey, they have this opportunity where we can send an audition tape and might have an opportunity to go to Carnegie Hall. You want to go? Like, yeah, let's try for it. So we sent in the application, we sent in the audition. They called right back and said, listen, you've been accepted. We want to invite you all to perform at Carnegie Hall, the choir and the band. So I was like, yes. And so we put in our application, and then the difficult part was raising the money.
Yeah.
So it cost like $200,000 to take choir and band, because I mean you're taking at least 88 kids.
Yes.
You're flying them up, you're flying instruments, you're doing all of these things, and so when you're excited about something, and then they sit you down like, okay, now here's a deposit.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
Like, this was something Miss Hargett always said, you can have anything as long as you work for it.
Yeah.
And so we went places all the time, but we sold candy. We sang everywhere. We did car washes. And so I told my students, listen, anything worth having, you got to work for it. And people don't give because you need something. People will give the vision.
Yes.
So we got to share our vision and what we're trying to do and where we're trying to go. And people we ain't got to do nothing but sing in front of the right one person. And then we ready to go. So we started working, and we raised over $100,000. It was amazing. The community, the alumni, everybody was pouring in, inviting us to sing at churches and things. But $200,000 again is a lot of money.
Still a lot of money.
And somehow my principal, who was Allison Kirby, wrote a story about the choir and the band, and how I had recently gotten over my battle with breast cancer.
Okay, wait, hold on. We gotta go back to that too.
Right, we're gonna go back to that. But when she wrote the story to the Ellen DeGeneres show, she fell in love.
She wrote into Ellen. Okay.
Yes, and she fell in love with the story. She fell in love with us. So we did a series of Zoom calls and things like that, and then she invited us to the Ellen show. What we thought was going to be a taping.
Yes.
But what her plans were to have us on national television, which we had no idea that was going to happen. And I mean, God is so good, because the night before I was in tears in that hotel. I'm like, God, we're up here in LA and my kids back home. We're trying to figure out how we're going to get this money. Lord, we almost $100,000 short.
Just you went? Who went?
It was myself and the band director.
Okay.
Jamal Nicholas. We went there. We didn't know how we were going to make it, but we were just believing God that we'll tell this story. She'll make it big, and maybe some more money will come.
Yes.
And the next day, she had us on the show and gave $100,000, secured the deal.
Oh my God, that is so good.
So then we went from not having enough to having more than enough.
Plenty of money.
We had plenty.
See what God will do?
Them kids ain't have to want for anything. We had money when we came back.
Yes.
And so I was like, God, what are we going to do now? He's like, have a good time.
Yes.
And so we had a good time.
You should have called me, because I could have helped you get a little bit of
Now,
that.
everybody was trying to go.
Yeah, I would have helped you spend it when you got home.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm always down to help somebody spend their money. Okay?
Absolutely. So
Oh, that was so amazing.
Mhm.
But you know what? I just want to share a little bit about some of the trips and the joy I had with you.
Right.
I remember I was a chaperone.
Yes, you were.
We went to New York.
That's my first trip.
Yes, and I know my grandson was like, that's my grandma. She always ready to go.
Mhm.
And you called me and I bought my ticket. It was one of the
so
best.
fast.
It was planned well. Every day something was planned.
Mhm.
We ate breakfast. We didn't. We paid one fee.
Yes.
I don't know how you did it, but everything was paid for.
Everything.
We had the best sponsors. Everything. And I'm not sure if it's the same trip. I know we went to it was the same trip when the Memorial. It was another school,
The Memorial Middle School went, and
yes.
Robbinswood Middle School.
Yeah, it was so funny because we were on the plane, and we had a lot of people from their band. They were little Haitian girls, and I loved them, and they were all excited, and I didn't know how nervous they were going to be to get on the trip. And when the plane took off, they all started screaming. People were all there. And people on the plane looking like, what's going on?
But that was their exposure.
That was
never
and it was so good. And then when the plane landed, they all they were standing ovation. And that just touched my heart, because right then I knew how profound what you had done was. You had exposed these children. You know what, man? We just cannot talk about it in one sitting. Right. Can you stay a little longer?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all gotta come back next week, because I have Andrea Green from the great Jones High here.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So look, my name's Susan Reddick. This is When the Cookie Crumbles. I will see you next week. Both of us will, right?
Yes.
We'll see you.
Bye.